We have salmon in the Columbia River, Snake River Basin that their life cycle requires them to spawn in fresh water in small tributaries, and then the juveniles, the young ones, then have to migrate out to the ocean through the rivers. And we have our series of dams on the Lower Snake and Columbia River are something they're going to they have to cross through to get there. One of the things problems we've had in the past was that there was a lot of delay and losses as they were trying to migrate through the hydro system. Okay, so the spillway weirs take advantage of the salmon's migration behaviors. They're near the surface of the water, whereas the passage routes built into the dam for managing water are the spillway, which has openings 40, 50 feet below the water surface, and the turbines withdraw from all depths, but predominantly from the deeper depths. So, and we were trying to avoid turbine passage because of lower survival rates of fish that go through the turbines. And so we found ways to take advantage of that surface behavior that the fish do not like to go down real deep. So we designed structures that would fit inside of a spillway weir, set in front of a spill bay, that allows the water to cross over the dam at a higher elevation, so the fish don't have to dive deep. They can pass directly downstream from the elevations they're at, and that allows them to pass more quickly, to find the route through the dam faster, so they're not milling around searching, being delayed in their migration, or being susceptible to predators that are seeking them out. And the delay in migration is important because they're biologically programmed that they need to hit salt water to grow to adults. And the natural seasonal cycles of the estuary and ocean and the fish's own life history requires it to happen at certain times for them to get there. And if they're delayed, they have a hard time converting to salt water. So getting them their more natural travel time schedule that the unimpounded river would have is very important. Spillway weirs did work. They were very efficient at capturing the fish and giving them a way to move downstream safely. Took a lot of studies and work at particularly Lower Granite Dam. We built some structures to test the concepts, and the first spillway weir was built at Lower Granite Dam as a test facility to take advantage of the fish's behavior passing at the surface. And they have been very effective. The test structure at Granite, we realized that was probably a permanent solution, and then started working at other sites, and Ice Harbor was the second one that was built. And it does pass fish more efficiently than the bulk spill does when you have a lot of spillway. You can pass more of the fish with less water with the spillway, with the surface spill route, because it's just the water is where the fish are already concentrated, is what's passing through. Through the spillways, our survival rates are generally in the mid-90s on up to high 90s. Particularly through these spillway weirs, we have typically even a little bit higher survival than that. So we probably get 98% survival through most of the spillway weirs on most occasions. So the spillway weirs really help the migrating salmon by taking advantage of their natural behavior to be near the surface. Allows them to pass more efficiently using less water, which keeps the water quality higher from not dissolved gas problems. Also passes them through a safe route quickly through the dam. In 2014, we had really large runs of salmon returning to the Columbia River, as have been building since about 2000. We've had a lot of years with good returns, following on the work we started in the early 90s on making improvements to these dams. In 2014, we had the largest returns of Chinook and I believe coho, and large runs of sockeye salmon, which is we've only had a few hundred in the last. There's been 3 years recently where we've had thousands of sockeye return. So in 2014, we had the largest returns of salmon over Bonneville Dam since the dam had been constructed in '38. There was over 2.5 million salmon and steelhead across the dam that year. So this is the largest fish conservation program in the nation, and it has been successful. This past year we have returned the largest run of salmon and steelhead over Bonneville Dam since the dam was completed in 1938. So, we are on track to meet our performance standard goals from our biological opinion of 96% survival of yearling Chinook salmon and steelhead through the dams. We're also on track to meet the goal of 93% survival of the summer migrants. I lead a team of fisheries biologists that support the district and the division in our improvements to the dams. We do a lot of research to look at the effects of the dams and the hydro system on salmon and lamprey populations. And we work on design and engineering teams to design construction to modify the facilities or to add new bypass systems. We've learned that the success of the Spillway weirs has been repeatable. We were surprised a bit by how successful Lower Granite was at attracting and passing fish without them rejecting it, starting into it and turning around and coming back out. And so we tried Ice Harbor, and that has been the same. So we have now installed them at all of the dams that did not already have a surface passage route. And it has been successful in passing, particularly steelhead delay. Steelhead seek these out, find them very rapidly, and move downstream through each dam. And that is probably instrumental in why we have increased the in-river survival rate of steelhead juveniles through the hydro system. Yeah, at Ice Harbor Dam, we've studied the effectiveness of the Spillway weirs, and for steelhead, 62% of them go through the Spillway weir.